Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to another Flex's View. My short, sharp, little, just, you know what I mean, letting you know how I feel. Short, sharp, precise, clean Flex's View. Nice and crisp, man, this afternoon. Hope you guys are doing good. Make sure you guys smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. All of that good stuff. You guys know what to do when it comes to doing all of the housekeeping rules. Jamie Jackson from The Guardian came through swinging. Big article earlier this afternoon. Late morning he did this, and he's basically saying that Ten Hag's job is at risk unless the game model impresses underwhelmed Manchester United bosses. INEOS-led football department is scrutinising the style of play currently. It does go on to say the manager's job is safe for now with injuries and new signings in mind, but he is under pressure. They are looking at the style of play and they want to be playing a certain way and they're not seeing it. It's an interesting article. It really is an interesting article because he goes on to talk about the pressure that the footballing structure, so you're talking to Jim Ratcliffe, you're talking to Dave Brailsford, Jean-Claude Blanc, Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, etc., 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 Vavell. They want to see a certain style. They want to see a certain way of playing. And there were rumours of this, and it was rumours. And again, people who are not really for Ten Hag kind of went with this as a fact. It was never made out to be a fact, but it was a strong rumor and strong reports that were saying that basically Jason Wilcox had a hand in our tactics against Man City, basically encouraging Eric to play, you know, more conservative, be more compact, etc., etc. But we were never really sure how true that was. But one thing we do know is that Sir Jim Ratcliffe said on record, he said, we will decide how we want the team to play and it will be down to the manager, you know, and the coaches to deliver that style. And at the moment, if you're not getting a style and you're not getting results, eyebrows are going to be raised. Eyebrows will be raised. The article says Eric Ten Hag's game model has to start impressing Manchester United's INEOS-led football department, or he is in danger of being removed, with the manager's style of play so far this season viewed as underwhelming. Underwhelming. Now, of course, we know it's underwhelming. We don't play good football. We don't. And when we do play a bit of decent football, it's like for 15, 20 minutes. It's not good enough. It's not anywhere near long enough. And these are the guys who are ruthless. These are the guys who know what they want, who want what they know, and will keep striving until they get it. Now, it's no surprise that this is coming out, obviously, within the wake of what happened against Liverpool. We know this. It's international break. This is to give a little bit of balance to the argument. In the international break, off the back of having such a terrible first 3 games, or definitely first 2 and definitely the last 1, when you have that going into international break, you're in trouble. They're going to feast for 2 weeks. The narrative would have been completely different if we were on the front foot against Liverpool, or not even on the front foot. Say we just won. Say we won that game against Liverpool exactly the same way we beat Man City in the FA Cup final. This wouldn't be coming out. It wouldn't, you know, because it's about results first and foremost. But when in the manner that we're losing games and the manner that we're playing, even if we win, and it's been deemed as underwhelming, you know that there's something going on there. And it also says the Dutchman's game model is being scrutinised by United's football department, which is overseen by Sir Jim and led by Dan Ashworth, sporting director, Jason Wilcox. A major part of Wilcox's role is to monitor how the first team play. Now, that's interesting. Now, that feeds into, again, the line and the reports that we were getting around about the FA Cup final with the style and setup of the team. And this is saying a major part of Wilcox's role is to monitor how the first team play. So if you're Jason Wilcox looking at it on Sunday, you're going to go, what the fuck is this? It's as simple as that. Let's not try and make it something it's not. Let's not try and be too clever about this. If you are Jason Wilcox and your job is to report back about how the team is playing and the style of it and the setup of it, you're going to go, it's a mess. You are. We can all see it. You ain't got to be Jason Wilcox with all the experience he's had in this field to understand that. You're not. And if Eric doesn't change these things and get results, this is why we're saying, you know, I was on a show earlier with Saeed, you guys will see it later, but we were saying, regardless of whether you think Eric Ten Hag is the right man or the wrong man, or whether you think that, you know, he's got to go now, or whether you think just keep giving him time, all of that is irrelevant because these guys are ruthless. INEOS ain't going to stand for subpar results as well as subpar performances and style. They've already told us that. They've already told us that. And Jamie Jackson, with the sources that he would have probably gone to, you know, to find this out and to go strong with this piece, and I know Jamie quite well, he would have had his sources. He would have had his sources that are close to the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? And for him to get that is significant. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because these guys have heavily backed Erik ten Hag, Dan Ashworth and Omar Barada. You know, in terms of sporting terms, they've got him who he wants. They've got him the signings. They've got him players in. So they want to see results. Now, at the top of the article, I'm not going to make it all negative. To give balance, it does say the manager's job is safe for now, though, because of injuries and obviously the signings in mind. Quote from Jamie. So we do have to give a bit of context there that he's not imminently going to get sacked. This isn't, we're not in that period, guys. We need to, the conversations don't need to be about that. He's not going to get sacked right now. And I don't believe he should be, nor should he be. I don't think you come out and back the manager as publicly as INEOS did. And you can say they didn't because they were looking for other managers, this, that, and the other, and the third. But once that was done and they decided what decision they were going to make, which was to keep Erik ten Hag, give him the window that we've just had, you have to allow him time. You have to. Of course, it's results dependent and Erik has to have some level of buy-in. You can't just go, well, I need time and signings and this, that, and the other, but so it's okay to lose, you know, out of your first 10 games, you lose 6 and you draw 2 and, you know what I mean, you only win a couple. That's not good enough. So it is results dependent, but also INEOS are looking to actively give him time. They're not looking to pull the plug. I think we need to make that very, very clear. It's 3 games in. There is time still to settle down, calm down, and start getting results, which I'd like to say I'm sure will happen. I'm not sure, but there's time for it to happen. So his job is safe for now, which rightly so it should be. They don't want to make a mockery of themselves either, do they? INEOS don't want to flip him, be putting all their eggs in Ten Hag's basket to a certain degree, even though they didn't with his contract situation. But in terms of the signings and publicly backing him, we saw Omar Barada. We've seen Dan Ashworth in the Q&A with the journos, I think a bit before the Liverpool game. Might be a little bit out of context now because we were so shit against Liverpool, but it still stands. It's not going to change after 1 game. These guys are on record only last week saying how much they back the project with Ten Hag at the helm. So it's not going to change, guys. We shouldn't expect them to change. And they shouldn't. These are the guys we trust to make amends at the football club as well as Erik ten Hag. Even if you don't trust him, even if you're Erik ten Hag out and you want him gone, I get it. But INEOS are the people that we trust and INEOS are the people we've been impressed with. So this is their decision as well. You know what I mean? They're culpable at this as well. So they need to see if he can get results and they're allowing him the time to do that. So, but the pressure is on. Very interesting from Jamie Jackson to say, if you keep underwhelming us, your job is not safe and you will leave if the style of play is not where we want to see it. And if the style of play is not where we want to see it, the likeliness is, and I say the likeliness because it's not always definite, but the likeliness is the results won't be either. Let's be honest. I think it's very unlikely, in my opinion, for us to not play the style that INEOS want to see, but all of a sudden we're getting loads of results and we're doing really well and we've gone on a nice run and we're, you know, at the upper end of the table. I think it's either both or none. Either we're playing a good style and we're progressing and we get better results, or we ain't playing a good style of football, one that doesn't underwhelm the footballing hierarchy, and we also don't get the results. I don't think it can be like one or the, you know, one and the other not there. I think it's both or it's none. So let me know what you guys are saying about that. That's my Flex's view. The pressure's on. Erik ten Hag's tactics must change. It's as simple as that. I'm out of it. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace.